In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 1 on the Nintendo Switch. So we're going to be looking into some of the bugs that are still in the game or which were introduced into the game with patch 1.14, which released about 2 weeks ago at this point. And once again, I'm just one guy doing these videos. I don't got a team, so it's pretty much impossible for me to search through every single little thing in the game on my own. So if you find any bugs or bug fixes that I don't mention in my videos, then please head on over to the comment section and leave a comment stating what the bug is, or you could also alternatively go to my Discord, which you can find a link to in the description, and you can post a video or a picture of the bugs that you find in my Discord. And it's been about 7 days since my last video. Long story short, I got sick and then my Nintendo Switch's battery screwed up and expanded, and so it broke the backplate. So I ended up just having to get another Nintendo Switch. I do hope the Switch 2 is backwards compatible though, so I can just put this Switch towards that. But in any case, the like button is feeling kinda lonely and would like some attention. So be a dear and hit that real quick. And now let's get on to the video. So for the first thing that we're going to be looking at is this weird bug with Reiko's Siege Engine gear piece. That would be his bandana. Yeah, it's clipping and his hair just looks really weird. Here you can see what it looks like during one of his intros in Invasions. Reptile has a glitch with his EX dash where it's actually able to go through Quan Chi's cage. If you do the regular dash while you're in the cage, he's not going to go through it, but if you do the EX dash, he's able to just run through. Honestly, I say leave this as an option and give it to other characters too. It doesn't take any meter for Quan Chi to make the cage, so if a player wants to spend meter to get out of it, why shouldn't he be able to? Scorpion's ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 skin now has a clipping issue where you can see part of his lower jaw clipping through his mask. It's the same thing with Reptile's UMK3 skin, but he's not available to view right now in the premium shop, and I don't have him, and I'm not going to be spending the $5 to get him, so yeah. Every single variation of Scorpion's Union of Light palette now also has a clipping issue that was not present before. Here you can see his bang clipping through his eyebrow, and we can even see his hair literally sliding to the side, leaving him with a little bit of a bald spot. Raiden's new skin now suffers from the Johnny Cage Week 1 syndrome, where he has no facial expressions whatsoever. Not even during the dialogue intros, where even though you can hear him speaking, his mouth doesn't move at all, so it just looks really weird.
There's little hope for that, Tomas.
There also seems to be a weird visual issue with Dark Raiden's lightning during the gameplay, where parts of it are gonna show up as blue instead of red like it's supposed to. I think it looks pretty cool, but yeah, it was submitted to me as an issue, as a bug with the game, so I'm showing it to you guys. I think it looks pretty cool, but you know, if it's a bug, then it should probably be fixed. The Cyrax fatality is still completely out of sync, but at least now it actually plays all the way, unlike before where it would just cut out to a black screen. The animations for Rain and Omni-Man's capes have been smoothed out a bit and look a lot better in patch 1.14. They used to look kind of like they were moving like in 10 frames per second or something, like they would just cut from image to image. It looked really weird, but now it's a lot smoother. The eyes for Havoc's Katara Vala skin have finally been fixed, as you can see here. Here's a weird thing I found in, I forget what this stage is called, but anyway, in this stage, sometimes the animations get stuck. Like, if you look closely, if you notice around the middle of the screen, toward the bottom, around Ermac's feet, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's very jarring to the eye, and it's hard not to notice. In Sun Do, you can see this disappearing NCP in the background. I'm not sure if this is a training mode only thing, but who knows, it looks really weird. So NRS should probably think about fixing that. Melina's mask stays on during her posing animation in the customization mode, even though you can see her move You can see her move. You can see her mouth moving below the mask. This next one has been around for the last few patches, but whenever you're in the combat card background menu or even the foreground menu, the images themselves are not going to show up in the selection until a little while after you highlight them. This next one is kind of weird, and it's not the biggest deal to me, but it does seem to be a bug. When you're in the fatality tutorial section, if you select your characters and then you do your fatality, but then you go back to the character selection screen after doing your fatality, the last character that you selected is going to be switched to a different character altogether. Here you can see that I started with Kenshi, but when I went back to the character menu, for some reason it started with Scorpion. Again, not the biggest deal, I don't really care too much about it, but it is a bug, so it should be fixed. It's a bug that was submitted to my Discord by a user, and so I figured I would mention it here. There seems to be an issue going on with the tea house stage, which causes characters to not load with as much details as they do in the other stages. Here you can see Lee Mei, and you can see the texture difference between the tea house stage and the Sundo stage, where she looks quite a bit different. So that's pretty interesting, and now let's move on to the fatalities. They seem to have gotten a visual bump in patch 1.14. Here is Omni-Man's trained fatality being done on Liu Kang on the day Omni-Man released on the Switch versus what it looks like now on patch 1.14, and it definitely looks a lot better. Oh, and if you would like to know what Mortal Kombat 1 on the Nintendo Switch is like now compared to how it was in all those nasty week 1 reviews 7 months ago, then you can check out the video. There should be a link to it up top. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. Again, if you find more bugs, and I'm sure that there's going to be more, drop them down in the comments below or submit them into my Discord, to which you can find a link to in my Discord. And with all that being said, I'm going to keep bringing you more combo videos, online matches, and video game news. I'm Switchblade. Done.